Okay, here we are today here at the Big Texan, right? Isn't that what it's called?
That's right.
And where
home of the 72
ounce steak. So the deal is here in this restaurant is really cool. I mean, it's all Texas, and if you eat a 72 ounce steak up on the stage, which I'll show that to you in a second, it costs you $72. But if you eat it in under an hour, it's free.
But you can't get up.
Can't get up. And you can't throw up, and you got to eat all the sides too. And then if you eat it at the table, it costs you $200. Same rules apply, still free. But if you eat it up yonder at the display table,
if you eat it up yonder and lose, it costs you $72. And if you eat it down here and you lose, it's $200.
And the thing is, you get up there on display, and you got a dozen people taking pictures of you like you was a gorilla at the zoo. So you're on full display.
Question on the 72 ounce steak. Can you get some of it to go? A doggy bag and still win?
I know. Well, you got to keep it under that hour.
Huh?
You got to keep it under that hour.
So if you leave with the doggy bag...
Well, you'd have to get up.
I know.
There you go. Anyway, this is a really cool place.
The biggest joke of all, without a doubt, last night was Beto. What is his name? Something O'Rourke, whatever. Anyway, he advertised Beto in Texas when he was running against Ted Cruz. And everything the man said practically threw me into the floor laughing. I mean, what a joke. I am actually surprised. Well, I'm partly surprised and not surprised that he came very close to beating Cruz. The reason I'm not surprised is the fact that the DNC put massive amounts of money into the Texas race last November for Senate. And Ted Cruz was vastly underfunded, and he got a late start in his fundraising anyway. But O'Rourke, Beto as he calls himself, Beto was a complete joke last night. He went on and on about the environment. He went on about gun crimes. He went on about, let's see, I don't think that they really got much into foreign policy. One of the things that Beto was very adamant about, and he got all kinds of applause from these idiot liberals in the audience, and that is that he said, beyond anything else, if he was president, or whoever was president after Donald Trump was out, he would make sure that Donald Trump paid the penalty for his crimes and that he would be pursued to the ends of the earth. He may not have said to the ends of the earth, but that was his meaning. He was very adamant about making sure that Donald Trump was punished. What is it about these liberals, or anybody who wants to punish politicians once they leave office? I hear people all the time saying, Hillary Clinton needs to go to jail. Hillary Clinton needs to be put in prison. Hey, you know what? That'd be fine with me. I don't have any sympathy for her, and if she was put in pinstripes and carried a ball around, that'd be fine with me. I could care less. Does she deserve to go to prison? Probably so. More than anything else, she got what she deserved. She's out of office, and she's out of office in pretty much mostly disgrace because she got 2 shots at the presidency, and the first time was beat by Obama, sidelined by the DNC, and the second time she was destroyed by Donald Trump. I couldn't ask for more justice than that. The fact that she is free doesn't bother me necessarily because I know that every night that when she goes home and has her martini and is supposed to be on her medication, she lives with the fact daily that Donald Trump beat her. How can I get more punishment than that? That is just great. But overall, I mean, even when Nixon went through the Watergate scandal and then resigned, it was the best thing for the country for Gerald Ford to go ahead and pardon him. My father was against that. He hated Ford for that. Of course, he would have hated for it anyway. But really, there was no other place to go but go ahead and because if they hadn't, the Democrats would have pursued Nixon to his final days, and this country doesn't necessarily need to put Richard Nixon in jail, doesn't necessarily need to put Hillary Clinton in jail. Besides, it's not going to happen. It's a fantasy. I'm not trying to protect Hillary. Believe me, I'm not. If they put her up tomorrow and she's wearing pinstripes, that'd be fine by me. I'd applaud it. But it's just not going to happen. Because the minute, hypothetically, if it did happen, and I've said this many times, if they pursued Hillary Clinton and indicted her, she would probably show up dead somewhere. And it would be, oh, the poor dear had a heart attack or whatever. Because she is not going to jail because she is tied to too many other politicians. And she's the kind that would be like a canary. And once she starts singing, everybody's going to go down with her. And everybody knows that. And that's why Hillary Clinton is not going to be prosecuted for anything. But as I said, it's just enough for me to know that Donald Trump beat her, and she knows it every single day. Anyway, to wrap this up, I probably may. I don't know if I'll do a part 2 of this, the Democratic debates, because tonight is the other half of the Democratic debates. Biden is going to be up there, and Sanders, the socialist, is going to be up there. I wonder if Biden is going to be touching all the women and feeling them. Anyway, they're supposed to be up there. Oh, by the way, before I go, I wanted to mention that the Democrat running that was last night, that's from Hawaii, surprisingly, Democrat women are usually ugly as sin. But that chick, wherever she's from Hawaii, I don't know her name. As I say, I don't memorize names very well. She's pretty hot. She's pretty good looking. I have to admit, it troubles me to say that about a Democrat, but she's good looking. I guess if she doesn't, she's not going to make it because she's not going to even make it to the general election on the DNC side. But I guess she's fixing herself a spot on, hey, maybe Fox News. Because she definitely qualifies for Fox News, being as good looking as she is. Anyway, what I wanted to say is to wrap this up, is that here I'm on vacation. Tomorrow, what I have planned, my nephew and I, we are going to go on a Jeep tour excursion with my nephew. We're going to go up to the top of a mountain. We've hired a guide, and he's going to take us up to an old gold mine. We're going to see some sights. In fact, I think I'll show you some of those sights right now because I can do that because this will be edited later on. So let me show you our cool tour that we do on Friday, June the 28th, 2019. This is up in Red River, New Mexico. Great place, great vacation. I'm having a wonderful time, except for the part about breathing, which I'm getting through pretty well, I think. Okay, we're going to take a little slideshow throughout Red River and the Jeep tour that we took. Right here, what you see is downtown. This is the main strip. It's got a lot of great restaurants. There's a little burger bar right up there on the right that we ate at. You see Rob walking towards it right now. It was called the Dairy Bar. Great place to eat. There was a lot of great places to eat throughout the entire Red River. And we also ran into a few of his teammates that he works with at Freeze and Nichols. There they are right there. And it was just by happenstance we ran into them. And here we stopped for a brownie. And there were a lot of cool stores. Now this was in Taos, but this was a fossil store, and I just had to throw these shots in. There's an ammonite. There's a mammoth tusk, and it was very pricey, about $45,000. There's a saber-toothed tiger. Now there's the Jeep tour. We started this, and the fellow that we did the Jeep tour with was just absolutely fantastic. He was very animated. He told us all about the different areas, the ski slope. That's what you're seeing right here is the ski slope. And this right here is a climbing, I don't know what they call it, but you climb up this tower and then you climb through this ropes course. And it's supposed to be really fun. That's why I went ahead and threw it in. The main point of the Jeep tour was the mining expeditions that we went on to see the old mines of where they mined copper and gold. And we stopped for several times throughout the tour, and we stopped and looked at the rivers and the trees and the nature. And this guy that took us on the tour was really, really good. Really, if you go up to Red River, you definitely ought to use his service. And I've left his information in this program. I think I'll put it down below if you want to find his contact information. There's Rob in front of the river, the creek that's coming down. That's not the Red River. That's actually a creek. Here's the Jeep Tour Company. This is the Jeep we took. Really rugged vehicle. We rode in the back so that you could see everything. We drove through a lot of streams, and this was really enjoyable.
Hello, welcome to BarbWire Strategy. Now, I told you we're going to take a little bit of a tour. Now, this gentleman here is taking us on a wonderful Jeep tour of the entire area, about 3 hours. Great guy, gives great tours. Tell us about your company.
Red River Off-Road. These guys wandered in. I was trying to close, they wouldn't let me. I'm kidding. This has been wonderful. This is not work dealing with people like this. We do tours. We're the only year-round tour company. I've got a snowcat in winter, and on the same road we just came up, in the wintertime I keep sleds and inner tubes, and if you've got kids you need to wear out, that'll do it. We're sledding at 9,800 feet down the hill a little bit from where we're at here.
What's your name?
Gary Swinford.
This is a great tour, and the country is beautiful up here.
You may contact Gary at 575-754-6335, 500 East Main Street, Red River, New Mexico, 87558. His web address is www.redriveroffroad.com.
So we're hamming around, doing a little bit of posing, back and forth. We had a great time. The one thing that Rob loved about it was that he and I both could smoke cigars. And we had this private tour so that we didn't have any interference from non-smoking individuals, which we're totally against. We stopped and looked at this cabin that was over 100 years old. It was an old mining cabin. And it was really cool. Very well built and pretty well preserved throughout the whole thing. Here he's showing us the mining expedition. We actually got to go into some mines. These are some copper mines. And here you see the interior of it. I went all the way to the very back of the mine. There you see the back of the mine. It's all the way down into this hole. And the ceiling was pretty low. You can see how low it is right there. I could not stand up. And taking these shots was actually not easy because after you've been over for a while waiting for the camera to take the shot. Now this was a shot of another mine that we went to, and that it had collapsed. Now later on, after we left the mines and got through the Jeep tour, we went out and we looked at the other cabin. This is the other corporate cabin right here. And here you see the porch that the other family got to use, and it's a great smoking porch. Absolutely fantastic. There you see Rob sitting in the smoking chair with his cigar. There I am. My cigar was already put out at this point. And the peaks in the background, which I'm going to tell you about in just one second.
Here we are at the other corporate cabin, which has a very nice vista and a huge porch, giant porch, see it? And then you got this side of the porch, and you got my nephew Rob here smoking his cigar. Mine I already smoked, I didn't get another one yet. So
Smoking on the porch of his corporate cabin.
Of his corporate cabin, yes. And but this is the other corporate cabin because there's two. It is so peaceful up here on this second corporate cabin, porch, whatever you want to call it. It used to belong to Jim Nichols. Great guy. And but I mean, the view is fantastic. There's snow peaks. I'll show you. Hold on. There's snow peaks right there. Isn't that cool? That's look at those snow peaks. And all that's melting off and coming down this Red River, which the river right now, you can't see it from here, it's over yonder, like way, I think it's so like over there where those trees are.
Okay, we had to have a drink. We had to reward ourselves for such a great job and going on our Jeep tour and seeing all the sights and going in these mines. We worked up quite an appetite, and we found this fantastic restaurant. It's called the Sundance Restaurant, and you've got to eat there if you ever go to Red River. It's absolutely fantastic. Great food. And now we're going to go back to the porch. One of the things that I wanted to do while I was on vacation is to share some of the experiences that I've seen on this vacation with those of you who either haven't taken a vacation yet in 2019 or will not be fortunate enough to have a vacation in 2019. There's been many years that I haven't taken a vacation. But I thought it'd be fun for you to live vicariously through my camera's lens and see what I see in the Red River, New Mexico. Maybe you'll find some place that you'd like to visit. Anyway, we'll see you next time on BarbWire Strategy. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Oh, hey! Oh, let's see. Wait a minute. I think I know who this is. Mr. President, how are you doing? Yes. Boy, I tell you what. Yeah, I did the broadcast. You're going to love it. Yeah, I talked about the DNC and all the different characters. Hey, listen, did you get a load of Warren? Oh yeah, I know. And Beto, you can't beat Beto. I mean, he's the biggest joke in town. Tonight, yeah, you're gonna see Biden. Yeah, that'll be great. Wow. Okay. Hey, listen, hey, when I get back, why don't we have lunch yeah, that's what I was thinking. That way I can show you all the pictures of the trip I took on. Yeah. All right. That's great. So peaceful and nice, and everybody should enjoy a nice peaceful time on a porch with a fine cigar. Yeah.